Welcome back to Thistlefoot Cottage. I'm Barb, and today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to bind a journal with one simple signature. If you'll recall the last video I made, I was having trouble with my camera, and I think I figured it out. Apparently, every time I get a text on my phone, it shuts off my camera, and sometimes it turns it back on, but other times it won't. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you basically how I tore the edges and how to do that, and then I'll show you briefly how to bind it. Okay, so for tearing, I like to have torn edges, as you can see here. It just, to my eye, it just looks so much nicer to have a nice torn edge on there, and inked as well. So I use this. This is I got this on, I want to say I got this on Amazon. I've had it for a while. There was a set of 2 or 3 of them, but this is the one I use the most. And it's got a nice beveled edge on it, and it just tears so nice. It gives you a nice deckled edge. And when you get a whole bunch of pages all together torn with this thing, it just looks so nice. It looks so cool and uniform. Here's that process right here. I'm going to try and find the store I bought it from on Amazon, and if I can find it, I will link them below. I don't get paid. I don't have an associate account with Amazon or anything, so I'm not, paid to advertise or anything. But a lot of times I'll get questions about where I got this or that tool that I'm using, so that's just why I'm, doing that. The trick here with this is to keep the pressure on it. If you don't have this, you can still tear it. You can either tear it like this, which I hate that. I have a hard time with that. Or you can use something like this, or even a metal. A wooden one. See that it's got the little metal edge on there. So you can use that. It just doesn't give you the deckled look the way this does, but it still has a torn look. It's just different. And I find that this is not, it just, like I said, it is different because this doesn't lay flat like this one does. It gives you, you might like it, I don't mind it, but it's just an easier tear if I use the blue one. Or this one, because I can turn it over and it'll lay flat. So once I've decided which pages I'm going to use, and I tear the edges, then it's just a matter of folding it and inking. So now that I've got all my pages selected, everything I want to put in it, and I have torn all my edges and inked everything. At this point, I'm going to show how to bind into the cover. Let's see here. Okay, so this is just a waxed thread. I bought this in a kit along with this awl. You don't have to have one of these. You can use something like that or like that. Just has to have a sharp pokey thing. You could even use a big needle like this one. And as far as your thread, I just like this waxed linen, but you can use a good heavy. I wouldn't use just like a thin sewing thread. I would go with something heavier, like a twine or maybe a coat thread or something. Anyway, I will link the kit that I bought below. I got it on Amazon. Your thread, you want to have basically, I give myself a little bit extra. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then there's a little extra. You just want to be able to have enough to bind it and give yourself a little bit of room to tie. You would think with an eye that big. When I got this kit online, it came with needles. I don't think this needle in particular came with it. I've got a bunch of needles all mixed together, but it comes with some needles when you buy it. All right. This is what we call a bookbinding cradle. I made it. It's nothing fancy. There was a tutorial that I followed online. I modified it just a little bit, but it's heavy card or chipboard like this. It's a real thick chipboard. I'll link the tutorial below. It was I think it was from Nick the Booksmith. She's really good. I've learned a lot from her. So, anyways, the difference between mine and hers is she glued hers together and I did not, because at the time I had very limited space, and so I like to be able to store it flat. So this goes in here like that. And this one goes like that. There we go. Okay, so make sure that all your pages are oriented the way you want them. There's nothing more frustrating than to get it all bound together and find out you've got a couple pages upside down. And the other thing, if you have pieces that are short, like this little lined piece, it doesn't reach the full length. This is going to be a 3-hole binding, so I just like to make sure that it's either at the top or at the bottom so that it catches at least 2 of the holes. And then this is a bag that I opened up, and this is down at the bottom. It's like a little glassine or snack bag kind of thing that I coffee dyed. And I opened the bottom and folded it in. So you want to open this so that it's at the center, and you want all of your pages all, oh, don't forget your cover. So you want to make sure that that is also oriented correctly. Have that all the way up against one side or the other. As you can see, I've already poked the holes, but you want to put your signature so that it's centered in between. And then you're going to take your awl. I'm hoping I can get, yes, I got it. So that, okay. And then you're going to poke it all the way. I just poke mine all the way through the cradle. It doesn't hurt anything. And then I do that one. That lines up. And then you do the center. Okay. Now I like to keep my awl in one of the holes just to keep everything, to help keep everything lined up, because once you pick it up and start manipulating it, things get a little skewed. All right. So I start, depending on where you want your binding to be tied off, you would either come in from the outside or come in from the inside. I'm just going to come in from the inside. Start in the middle. And see, it's already gotten a little bit skewed here. No, it didn't. No, here we go. Nope. I got it to go through pages. There we go. You go out. Leave yourself a little bit of a tail. And then you're going to go in through the upper hole up here. Oh, and it didn't go all the way through. That felt a little bit too easy. Okay. And I just lost my awl. Oh, not going to be cooperating here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So you're going to pull it through there, and then you're going to go all the way down, back out through the bottom. Oh, good. That one was easy. And then at this point, I like to snug it up a little bit. You don't want to pull too tight because you don't want to rip stuff. But you're going to snug it up. And then you're going to go back in through that center hole into the middle, like that. And then I like to have one thread on each side of the center, like this. Just making sure I had it in the right way. I always do that double check just to make sure it's all oriented right, even though I did check before. Ask me why. Okay. And please excuse if my fingernails appear dirty. I have been 3 months building chicken coops and quail hutches. And my hands really are clean. It's just that after months of working outside in the sand and sawdust and everything, it just tends to look a little dark and sketchy. Plus, we've just had a hurricane and we just cleaned up after it. So my hands are clean. they're weathered from hard work. Okay, because I'm not just a crafter. I actually like to go out. I start in the spring, a lot of times late winter, because I'm in Florida, so it's actually pleasant in late winter, early spring. It hasn't gotten too hot yet. And I like to go outside and I build stuff. I like to go out and build stuff. I'm getting a little older now, and so I'm not as fast, but I do still like to do that kind of thing. My daughter wants to start raising quail. She had some quail in the incubator when the hurricane came, and they were supposed to be hatched out like 2 days ago, and we lost them when the power went out. So she's ordered some more. We're going to try this again. Okay, so now I leave a little bit of a tail until I'm sure everything is good. But if you look here, you'll see this is bound in 2 holes. It's just better that way. If I had it in the center, it would only have been caught by one, and it would tend to be floppy. And then we got this one bag here, or it's one bag total, but we've got one side there and the other side is here. So that makes a nice pocket, tuck spot, whatever. So anyway, now what I like to do here, now that I've got that bound, that's good. So I have a piece of, this is just a piece of unbleached muslin, and it's just going to go on there and cover it. You can use lace or ribbon. I just wanted this, and let's see here. Okay. So at this point, just glue that on there. And I'm going to leave just a little bit of this frazzled edge just kind of, flopping there. I will secure it a little more. But I like the look of the looseness of that. You can secure it wall to wall if you want. Same here, we're going to do. About leave maybe 1/8 of an inch on the edge, just so that it's a little bit loose looking. I like that. Okay, so we're good. I'm probably going to put a piece of lace over that. I can see the hot glue. Okay, that's fine. I covered it with this because there was the Amazon packaging. You could see the black Amazon writing and stuff. So yeah, I think I will put a little piece of lace, or I don't know. This is what I was originally going to use on there. I think I will. But I think in order to not see the hot glue, I'm going to use this. This is a fabric adhesive. It's just kind of stinky, so I don't use it as often, but this will work on this application. Let's see, and I want that. Yeah, I like that. Now, what I need to do is I'm going to clamp that. I have a couple others here. Clamps. Let me find them. These are just, you can get these, I got these at Dollar Tree, so they're pretty simple, pretty easy to find. And they actually work pretty good. They got a nice, strong hold. All right, so I'm going to let that dry and probably come back and put a little bit, a few drops more, but I'm going to hide the glue behind the thicker parts of the lace. So I'm going to wrap this up for this video, and after this we're going to start decorating the inside. Maybe we'll do a little more on the outside, but we'll see. That will be decided at some point, which, you know, down the road. Okay. So I will see you later. Bye-bye.